You are about to take the official Rorschach ink blot test. These are the original 10 plates used in the original test.
We're here at SA Fashion Week, and next up is Clive Rundle. He was born in Zimbabwe, and he has such an interesting way about him. You might call him a constructionist fashion designer because he always has something very interesting up his sleeve. He likes to shock, provoke, and definitely get you thinking. Let's see what's happening with his show.
You got it? Good. If you saw a bat, a butterfly, or a moth, then I guess you are perfectly normal, because that's what most people see. However, if you see some crazy Mothman like I do, okay, so
my inspiration for the show was the Rorschach, which in a way evolved because of the printing. We printed by hand, and really when I say print by hand, we did feather by feather by feather, and it was a hand process, no screens, no anything, rollers and printing.
A weird nose, maybe he's like a cat alien with his tongue sticking out. Yeah, you're just totally crazy. Alright, plate 2. Are you ready? Go. What do you see? What do you see? Okay, time's up. If you see 2 humans, well, then you answer what most people answer. I don't see any humans at all. But if you see... Okay, but if you see...
We saw that the printing itself was like slightly weird and a bit psychiatric and a bit schizophrenic. We kind of course, knew about Rorschach and the test. Then it evolved into making it like kind of mirror images of themselves and ourselves, and hoping that the audience saw something of themselves in a new way, in a test, in a way.
Give you a few seconds here to see what you see. Okay, you got it. If you see 2 humans or maybe a butterfly, then you are the norm. You fall into the normal category of people. That's what most people see. However, if you see some crazy alien bird people with like boobs and a penis...
What I like about this show is because it is an alternative to a fashion show. It's an installation, a multimedia installation, and with Clive's normally quirky, offbeat sense of humor, there's no soundtrack but just this kind of psychological thing on ink blot. It's moving towards a little bit more of a conceptual space, but I think just giving fashion a little bit of a shake-up, which I think it really, really needs, because I'm very, very over get the look and following of celebrities and what they're wearing. So thumbs up to Clive.
Okay, you got it. And if you see animal skin or a massive animal, then you are normal. You fall into what normal people see, or that's what the majority of people see. But if you're like me and you're kind of strange and have a wild imagination, or like H.R. Geiger or Clive Barker, you might see something like this. You know, some crazy pig alien thing. Well, I don't know what's wrong with this.
Well, the materials he used actually in a way have a story behind themselves. So actually the printed fabrics came from originally the drapes of a wedding celebration many years ago. The printer bought it, and we were very excited that the fabric itself was already imprinted with some kind of celebration. So we decided to continue printing on it, and then of course it evolved with the mesh and the wire and the sort of wove itself into the story.
That's what majority of the people see, according to the results on the test that Rorschach did.
The man who's doing the voiceover, he describes basically, if you have an ink blot test, you might see a moth or a bat, and this is in a sense considered normal. But I mean, essentially, they use this test for people who have an inability to express themselves. So it's a way of like getting people to talk by seeing an image.
I'll give you a little bit of time because it took me a second to see something in this one. It's kind of like nothing. Just a blob. You gotta look harder. There's something in there. But if you saw an animal hide, skin, or rug, then you're perfectly normal, because that's what most people say. But if you're anything like me, you saw Goat Man.
In a normal fashion show, that you see in a flash. It walks down or you walks past you, it's gone. This was like a more, you can look, you can see the fabric, you can see the construction, you can see the texture, you can see the print, you can see the model. It's like a different way of interacting with us and fashion.
See what you see? What do you see? Pretty much, if you're just seeing sexual stuff, then you're disturbed. That's what they would say. But if you see human heads and faces, you're fine. That's what majority of people say. But this is what I say. I see two dancing rabbit people looking at each other, touching each other's behinds. Just in case you're having a hard time seeing it. Alright, now we're on Playdate. If you've seen my other YouTube video, then you know what I see in this one. Let's see what you see.
What is done tonight with the installation is really not only innovative, but is a really exciting way to produce fashion going forward.
So they have a lizard thing, got his feet coming down there, and so forth. That's what most people say. Okay, who else saw this? Don't be shy. Be honest here. And see my other YouTube video I just put up.
Absolutely amazing, mesmerizing show with the most beautiful garments, fantastic girls, really amazing hair and makeup, covered in beautiful veils. It was just really what fashion is all about.
I see a couple things in this one actually.